Hi everyone, my name's Will. I've been playing the piano for 19 years, and if you subscribe and watch my videos and practice too, of course, then you'll be able to play the piano as well. So, I'm not going to waste your time with some rambling introduction in which I try to sum up 19 years of playing the piano, because that's probably not going to help you very much. Let's just go straight into lesson one. So, sitting at the piano, obviously the first thing you see is black and white keys. Now, there's nothing particularly distinctive about the white keys. They more or less all look the same. But looking at the black keys, you'll see that they come in 2s and 3s, and they repeat themselves up the keyboard. Now, musical notes on a piano keyboard, they repeat themselves in blocks. So here is a block, here is a block, and here is a block. There's a more precise term for that, but we'll come to that in another lesson. Block will do for now. And yeah, that makes sense because musical notes are labelled using just 7 letters of the alphabet, but there's 88 keys on a piano keyboard, so clearly some sort of repetition is going to happen. Now we're going to start by looking at this note here, just to the left of these 2 black keys. This note is C, and so is this note, and so is this note. Now, this is a really important reference point, this C here. It's called middle C for the simple reason that it's the C in the middle of the keyboard. When you sit at a piano with your feet centrally at the pedals, this is the most central C on a keyboard, and for that reason it's called middle C. Okay, so when it comes to writing music down, we write music on a group of 5 parallel lines called a staff or a stave. You can write notes both on the lines and in the spaces. But how do we know which note is which? The lines alone don't really tell us much. We need a reference point. And in music, reference points come in the form of a clef. Now, you've probably seen this symbol before, even if you don't quite know what it means. And this is called the treble clef or the G clef. And it's called the G clef because it marks the second line up from the bottom as the G above middle C. Obviously middle C we just labelled here, and the treble clef marks that line as the G above middle C. Now, this is a bit of a generalisation, but notes on a staff with a treble clef are generally played in the right hand, so notes above middle C. So what about notes played on the bass side of the piano on the left? Well, there's another clef for that, and this is known as the bass clef or the F clef. And it's called the F clef because it marks this F here, this note here is F. It marks this F as the F below middle C. So obviously once you have those reference points, you then immediately know what all of the rest of the notes are on each stave. Okay, so I think we'll call it a day there for lesson one. Let's just quickly go through what we've learned. We've learned that the C in the middle of the piano keyboard is a really important reference point called middle C. We've learned that musical notes are written on a staff or a stave, that group of 5 parallel lines. We've learned that clefs are the reference point on the staff to explain which note is which, and we've learnt 2 clefs. We've learnt that the treble clef marks the second line up from the bottom as the G above middle C, and we've learned that the F clef or the bass clef marks the second line down from the top as the F below middle C. All right, thanks a lot. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in lesson 2.